free class so that people can drop in. Good morning, Namo Namaha. That's for the benefit of the recording. Those of you who are watching the recording, whenever you need to move, press pause, move, and come back and press play. So we're in our beautiful seated position. We're flowing our energy from the base of our spine to the crown of our head. And the first thing that we want to do is bring ourselves to a little bit of stillness. Pull our senses in from the external to the internal landscape. And that is helpful if you close your eyes and you pull your focus in towards your eyebrow center. Pulling that focus in using your mind's eye, that mind's eye that can go wandering, scanning memories and people and faces, events. Bringing that mind's eye towards your eyebrow center, creating that focus, that fixing of your attention. And the object of your focus is your breath. So inviting you all to watch your breath as it flows, natural breathing without modification. And flowing that breath, watching it as it flows in and out. Breath takes a journey with every inhale and with every exhale. And as we settle into our pranayama practice, we heighten our awareness of the journey of our breath by watching the inhale and then watching the exhale. With that attention firmly fixed on the breath by means of the breath, we bring our mind to a still place. As you watch the breath, it will naturally, of itself, of its own accord, slow down. And once it's slowed down, we can start to identify where the breath is coming to. Is it coming into your chest region, your thorax? Or is it flowing deeper down into the lower lobes of your lungs? Welcome, Cherry. Good to see you. Microphone, please.
Good morning. Hi, Patrick.
Good morning. Turn up the microphone, thanks. Sitting, flowing, watching as the drashta watches the breath. And what we want to do is bring the breath down deep into our lungs. Diaphragmatic breathing. If you're new to breath work, bring your hand to your belly. And as you breathe in a little bit deeper each time, feel how your belly expands with that breath. As the air works into the lower lobes of your lungs, the diaphragm muscle descends and the organs will spread out, creating that fat belly. And then as you exhale, the diaphragm draws up and the belly draws back in. And what we want to do is develop that belly breathing, the fundamental breath for everybody, for singers, for yogis, for anyone who wants to build up decent levels of oxygen in their body, nourishing our bodies, making sure that they're working, functioning at optimum capacity. So pull that breath deep into your lungs. Watch your belly expand, watch your navel center move outwards. And as you breathe out through both nostrils, long and slow, concentrate on creating a constriction in the base of your throat and gently pull that belly in a little bit more, thinking diaphragm inwards and upwards, pulling the navel center in and emptying your lungs fully of breath. Then settle into your rhythmic pattern of belly breathing. Whether you're new to breath work or you've been practicing for years, it's always good to revisit those basics. Straight back, flowing energy from tail to crown. Breathing through both nostrils. Deep into the belly. Long and slow breathing out. adding that gentle breath, constriction in the throat, making a gentle sound like the snoring of a sleeping baby or the distant crashing of waves on the ocean, on the shore, as the ocean crashes onto the shore. You make that sound with your throat, enables you to bring your focus a little bit deeper and to lengthen as you exhale. And as you lengthen your exhale, emptying yourself a little bit more each time, so the inhale will be that much deeper. So practicing our diaphragmatic breath. And we're going to add a little bit of movement, just getting ourselves ready for a slightly longer seated practice. Deep inhale. And then as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest, tilting your forehead forwards and letting your head be heavy, no pushing, no pulling. And then on your inhale, bringing yourself back to center. And exhaling, going again as you tilt your head forward. You're lowering it into the embrace of gravity, and gravity as your yoga partner will gently pull the weight of your head forward, opening up through the back of your neck. And then inhaling with care and realigning yourself with every inhale. Every inhale we come to center, every exhale we release, we relax, we let those tensions flow away, gently melting away. And back to center and exhaling to the side, same thing, keeping your shoulders level, your torso level and steady, your facial muscles relaxed, a little smile on your face. Exhale, gently take one ear to the side, inhale to center, realign, and then exhale, going to the other side. Just waking up here or loosening up that tension in the neck muscles that we might be carrying with us because of our experiences during the week, the stresses, trials, and tribulations of daily life, or it might be because we slept at a funny angle and we've managed to just tense ourselves up. So in the morning practice, very important actually to just open up the body a little bit gently and coming back to center, taking your awareness from the tip of your tailbone to the crown, finding that beautiful long axis of energy, and with your hands either in mudra or out on your knees, gently tilt yourself forward. The tilt is coming from the pelvis, so you're keeping that lovely length of your spine, leading with your heart as you exhale down, and then inhale back up. Exhale, tilt forwards. Feel your hips rising off your seats, your mat or off your cushion or your bolster, and then inhale back up, and then exhale. On this last one, we're going to drop our hands to the floor and just walk ourselves forward to our elbows, taking hold of opposite elbows with our hands, and then drop your forehead down onto your forearms. Inhale and exhale here a few times, and as you do that, notice your sit bones, in particular lower back. Just now you're looking at the cervical spine, the neck. Now we're just paying a little bit of attention to the lower back, and as you exhale, press your sit bones towards the floor. As you inhale, because we're crunching into the belly here, the organs are going to move upwards and outwards to the side and toward the back part of the body. So you're going to find a gentle stretch, natural stretch developing in the lower back. Keeping our deep breathing. This is also, by the way, a beautiful recovery position. If at any time during a breath practice you feel dizzy or nauseous, you come down, inhaling, lift yourself up, use your hands and just walk yourself back. Maybe change the cross of your leg. A little bit of movement there in the legs. We're just going to stretch out, bottom up. This is my favorite thing to do, create vibrations and have those vibrations going up through our spine. A little bit of a rock from side to side, and always. So we're going to put another video, we're going to post another public video about this warm-up that we do before our seated practice, but we always try and bring a little bit of massage, friction into the knees. They serve us well, and a little bit of pointing and flexing, toes, and then rotating through the ankles. So this is the cliff notes really of a slightly longer warm-up, and we're going to be putting that video out public on YouTube. Bring your heels together, take hold of your toes, send your knees out to the side, lift your heart up to the gates of your arms, lovely straight back, always maintaining that awareness of that axis of energy from the base to the crown, and gently flap those butterfly wings. It's an ancient posture in yoga, a good 2,000 years old, Titali butterfly. As we gently flap our wings and working into the hips a little bit, because they are, after all, what we sit on mostly. So we want to get a little bit of heat there, a little bit of warmth and mobility, so that we're not sitting in pain. So those of us who are here live, we need to be warm. Those of you who are watching this recording, if you need to do a little bit more, do a little bit more. Pressing pause and then coming back to the practice. Come back to your seat, your asana. Palms up, in or out of mudra. Elbows and shoulder blades relaxed. Elbows pull down slightly as you breathe in. Crown rises. As you pull down with your elbows, and then exhale, relax and release. Release the shoulders, release the elbows. Release any tension that you might be holding in the hips or the thighs. And come back to the focus, to your mind's eye looking towards your eyebrow center, to your belly breath. And we're going to go into a breathing practice called Veloma Pranayama. It's an interrupted breath practice, and it's great preparation for coming into three-part yogic breath, which is the best breath out there for calming, for oxygenating, for just about anything. If you're feeling nauseous, breathe yogic breath. It will reduce it. If you're feeling anxious, 3 to 5 yogic breaths, your anxiety will recede. If you're stressed, breathe. If you've got high blood pressure, breathe. If you've got insomnia, breathe. The list is endless. It's out there. I Googled it yesterday. 43,000 results on Google in under 3 seconds. So everyone's talking about this, and we very proud to say that we are doing it. So Veloma Pranayama, an interrupted breath. So this is to expand our lung capacity. We breathe into the base of our lungs first, and then we take a little pause, and then we continue our breathing in, pulling a little bit more breath into those low lobes of your lungs, and then we take a pause. Then you take another breath in and open up a little bit more into the chest, and another pause, and then you take another breath in and you take that air into the lower lobes. And you can see, I think from my body shape here, that I've expanded my lungs to the extent where my body takes a completely different shape. I'm quite good at holding my breath in. You don't have to do that unless you want to. And then as we exhale, long and slow, we let the collarbone descend first, and then the rib cage closes, and then the belly draws back. So we're going to do a few of those, and then we're going to switch it over and do an interrupted exhale. But we're going to do maybe 6 of these so we can get into it. And those of us who know this breath, we can practice it. You can hold the pauses a little bit more if you want. You can hold at the top. You know what you're doing. So go for it. Veloma Pranayama, interrupted inhalation. Inhale and pause. Inhale some more. Pause. Inhale. Pause. And then take that final inhale. Pause just for a moment, and then exhale, letting that breath escape long and slow. Mouth closed, face relaxed. exhaling through both nostrils and pulling your belly in gently towards the end of the exhalation to ensure emptiness of the lungs or as much as possible. Then inhale, inhale, inhale some more, and inhale some more. Pause for a moment, and then exhale long and slow, using your Ujjayi breath, helping you lengthen that exhalation, pulling your navel in at the end of the breath, and inhale, 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 and exhale long and slow. And keep going with the interrupted breath. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale with conscious control, emptying your lungs. And keep going. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 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 and exhale. And keep going. And now transitioning into a three-part yogic breath, release the pauses and continue breathing into the lower lobes first, and then into the rib cage, into the thorax, and then finally taking that air into the top lobes of your lungs and flowing it like a wave of breath, filling yourself, and then exhaling. Collarbone descends, rib cage closes, belly draws back, and go again. Belly breathing plus thoracic breathing plus clavicular breath, and then exhaling long and slow. And continuing. Three-part yogic breathing. The more we do, the better we get at it. We want to slow down our breath as much as possible. Slow breathing, scientifically proven, without a shadow of doubt, to be directly correlated with longevity and good health. Reduces high blood pressure. I'm going to say lowers cholesterol because the lists are endless. Whatever it does, it gets our circulation system working, gets our respiratory system working, gets our brain functioning better, relaxing and working directly on the central nervous system, reducing the levels of cortisol and adrenaline in our body, calms the brain so that it doesn't respond in panic to every single difficult situation. And this yogic breathing is the thing to do. With or without your Ujjayi breath, expanding the capacity of your lungs, relaxing your facial muscles, maybe putting that secret smile on your face, lifting the corners of your mouth upwards. And release one lovely long exhale. And so, yoga breathing, lots of techniques. You've got the calming down, you've got the slowing down ones, and you've got the speeding up ones. You've got the bringing heat to the belly. I'm wrapping myself with a blanket. because the cold weather is truly upon us and it's important to stay warm as well as comfortable. So Kapalbhati and Bhastrika bellows breath. So we're going to do one round of each, just to introduce people who might be new to pranayama to these two techniques. Both of them require forceful exhalation, of pulling in of the belly in order to exhale. So keeping your face nice and relaxed, your body nice and still. Take a breath in and exhaling. Pull the navel inwards with force and exhaling, expelling the breath through both nostrils. And we managed to expel mucus at the same time, so it's a good idea to have a tissue around to snort and splutter as much as is needed. And this breath, Kapalbhati, is known as shining skull. The forceful exhalation will lead to a tingling in the scalp, maybe the forehead, maybe the scalp, maybe the ears, depending on how fast and how furious you go. If you're new to this type of breathing, I suggest a slow, measured pace to start. I'm going to go slow and measured. If you're an old hand, go as fast and furious as you like. Remember, rhythm is everything. Don't let it get chaotic. If it gets chaotic, slow it down. So Kapalbhati, forceful exhalation via both nostrils. And we're going to do about a minute's worth of practice here. So we're going to keep a nice, slow, steady movement. Notice my face stays relaxed. Notice I have my secret smile on my face. And my navel moves in and out. In because I want it to, with my forceful exhalation, and out because the inhale happens as an automatic response to that. So let's give it a go. Adi Mudra with both hands. Thumbs tuck underneath your fingers. So you wrap your fingers around your thumbs and you place that mudra at the top of your thighs. Opening up your heart a little bit, pressing your elbows back. We take a deep breath in to start, and we're going to go for about a minute. Follow me if you are new to the practice. Breathe in and begin. Forceful exhalation. Slowing down even more as we come to the end of the round and releasing, taking a long deep breath in. Lift your chin and settle. Using some recovery breaths here, just natural breathing, watching the sensations associated with that practice. Tingling sensation may be in the ears, in the armpits, in the fingers. Tingling is fine. It means that you're oxygenating your brain with that forceful exhalation. Anything else, nausea or dizziness, not good, not what we want in a practice of yoga. So cease and desist, slow it down a little bit more. And if you do feel dizzy, come to that recovery position. So this is an introductory class to pranayama. There's lots of descriptive stuff in the box underneath the video. Read it and ask us any questions you like. Get in touch. Yoga is our favorite thing to talk about, and we're always happy to hear from you. So we settle, we take our recovery breaths, we watch the sensations first, then we watch as they subside. And we'll go into a different breath, Bastrika. I'm looking around for my tissue. I always lose my tissues. Bastrika, bellows breath. So, again, taking it slowly if you're new, taking it as fast as you like if you're a practiced and old hand at this. Bastrika bellows breath is a forceful inhalation and a forceful exhalation. And this one really does bring heat into the belly. As you're moving that navel, you're toning up your belly muscles. Another additional benefit of a good pranayama breathing practice. So what we do is we forcefully inhale, lifting our fingertips up to the ceiling, reaching for the breath, and then exhaling, making Adi Mudra with our hands and pulling our elbows back towards the back of the room, scraping those elbows or those upper arms along the rib cage, inhaling and exhaling, both through both nostrils, always nostril breathing, inhale and exhale. So you don't want to be doing this if you've got a cold or a flu or a fever, but then you know that because you wouldn't have logged in. And recent abdominal surgery also, I'm assuming that nobody has had that. High blood pressure, glaucoma, retinal issues with Bastrika, even more so than Kapalbhati. If you've got a retinal issue, if you've got something going on, if you've got headaches or vertigo, this is not a good practice for you. You're much better doing deep belly breathing than the Bastrika breath, and get in touch so that we can give you some modifications. So Bastrika breath, we're going to do a round of 9, 11, 13 breaths. We'll go for what we feel comfortable doing. I'm going to go with 9, which probably means 10 because I usually lose count. And those of you who want to do a little bit more, do a little bit more. Settle. And go. Inhaling, exhaling, in, out, 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 in, out. Next one, in and out. Release. Inhale. Even if you're doing it at my speed, you're going to be feeling something in the upper part of your body. So taking a few breaths here to relax and to observe, bringing that mind's eye on the breath and on the effects of the breath, understanding what's going on in our bodies is an intrinsic part of a bigger practice of Hatha Yoga, and fundamental, I think, to any practice, any breathing exercises or any exercise that you do that is designed to enhance your body, enhance your health. It's a good job to know what's going on the inside. Pulling that awareness in, coming back to your breath. Coming back to your belly breath. And we're going to come into our practice called Nadi Shodhanam. Nadi means river in Sanskrit. And in yoga philosophy, and the yoga darshana, it's based on the fundamental understanding that we have layers of bodies, not just the physical, the one that you can touch with your senses, the blood and bone and guts, sinew and muscle, that body, that is our Annamaya kosha. That is just one of several bodies. You have that body, the gross body, if you like. And then on top of that, as different layers or sheaths, we have 3 subtle bodies. Pranamaya kosha, the energy body, Manamaya kosha, the mental body, the body of the mind, which overlays and intertwines. What goes on in the mind affects the physical and the energies. What goes on in the energies affects the mind and the physical. And then on top of that, the third of the subtle bodies, Gnanamaya Kosha, the intellect, the body of the intellect. So that also in yoga philosophy comes part and parcel as part of the physical body in itself, the four fundamental layers of the physical body of the material world. So we're working our physical, Annamaya Kosha, we're also working our energy, Pranamaya Kosha, and we're working very much into Manomaya Kosha. The intellect is something a little bit more philosophical, and if you're interested to know more, follow us. I'm sure opportunities will be made available. We teach yoga philosophy also. Write in, let us know. So, working with our energy, our nadis, the rivers of energy that flow through Pranamaya Kosha, and the one big river of energy, the main channel, is Sushumna Nadi, that runs more or less occupying the same physical space as the spine, from the tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head. And along this, your energy flows, your prana, if you like. So we take our mind's eye to the tailbone and we flow with our mind's eye and we visualize that energy flowing up with the in-breath from the tail to the crown and down with the out-breath from the crown to the tail. Visualizing that energy as liquid light flowing up that vertical axis, inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling, the crown rises, and exhaling, relax, relax, relax. Working from the top down as you relax your face, your throat, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, your hips, your thighs. Breathing up and down that central nadi that we call Sushumna. Nadi Shodhanam, then in Sanskrit meaning cleansing or purification of the nadis, universally become known as alternate nostril breathing because the technique is to breathe through alternate nostrils. So we keep our Vayu Mudra or Gnana Mudra with our left hand, or just leaving your hand open, palm up or palm down. And with the right hand, creating Vishnu Mudra, index finger and middle finger on the mound of the palm, and bringing your thumb to close your right nostril. And you'll alternate that using your third finger to close your left. If that is uncomfortable for you, bring those two fingers and place them on your eyebrow center, and thumb closes right, ring finger closes left. So whatever is right for you. We breathe in through both nostrils initially, and then we'll close a nostril, and the pattern is to exhale and inhale on one side, and then pass the breath over to the other side, exhale and inhale. So if you are a seasoned practitioner and you want to work with your kumbhakas, please do. If you're new to yoga, follow me. If you're new to Nadi Shodhanam or to breath practice in general, follow me. I'm working at level 1, and level 1, let me tell you, for those of you who are seasoned practitioners, is just as much fun as doing it at level 3 or 4 or 5 or wherever you happen to be. So a deep breath in. And close your eyes to help that concentration. Close your right nostril with your thumb. And breathe gently and slowly out through the left nostril. Keeping everything nice and still. Breath is silent. And then breathe in. Feel that breath entering cool, flowing past the bridge of your nose. And then take your ring finger, third finger, close your left nostril and exhale through the right. Then inhale right. Then close the right and exhale, inhale left. So as we do this, as we get used to the technique, we're watching the breath, as always, with our mind's eye. And we're trying to do a few things here. So we're working with silent breathing. And we want our exhalation to be a little bit longer than our inhale. We want to relax our face muscles. Gentle smile. Yoga brings serious benefits, but in itself it's not a serious practice. So feel free to smile as you go. And looking for that ratio between your exhale and your inhale as you continue to alternate your nostrils. Good trick, good rule of thumb if you like, is to measure the length of your exhale in ohms. 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, etc. It's more or less a second. So if you've exhaled for 4 ohms, then what you need to do is inhale for half of that. Inhale for 2. So everybody will have a different benchmark. You're working on that slowing down of the breath, controlling of the breath, breathing with awareness. And by means of this Nadi Shodhanam practice, balancing your energies, left and right breath channels, connecting with left and right hemispheres of the brain, balancing creativity with logic, maths with art, if you will, painting by numbers, balancing hot and cold, balancing reason and logic with imagination. If you're schooled in Eastern philosophies, balancing the yin and the yang, harmonizing your being. In yoga, unifying. I'm thinking about letting go of that practice now. Exhaling through the right nostril as you release. And then with your mind's eye coming back to flowing that breath energy up and down Sushumna Nadi. Inhale, flowing it up from the base to the crown. Liquid light flowing upwards, and exhaling, let that light shimmer and shower through your being. This is a breath called Abhisheka breath. Inhaling, flowing the energy upwards, and exhaling, containing that energy within this physical shell and flowing it down through our cranium, through our heads, through our throats, our chest, our back, our belly, throughout our body, and then inhaling again. Waterfall breath, we call it. It's as good a translation as I can come up with. Inhaling, flowing that energy upwards, rising, and exhaling, filling yourself with radiance, sending that energy out through those 72,000 nadis. Finishing off with Brahmari breath. Brahmari, humming bee breath. And the easiest, level 1, is what I'm going to do today as an introduction to yoga, is to just close the tragus. So you close your ears, bringing yourself inside a little bit more, and you exhale with a humming sound. I inhale normally and exhale humming. Inhale deep, exhale with a hum. Relaxing into the central nervous system. Creating vibrations in your body. Working on those nerves. Calming. Soothing. Relaxing. Couple more. And release. Keep your eyes closed. And release any effort in your breath and come back to your own natural breath. Keeping your mind focused on your eyebrow center. And I just invite you to notice your state of being at this point. Notice the calmness, notice the quiet, notice the peace. Take a peek into your mind field and notice the paucity of thoughts, fewer thoughts rolling around there. The beauty of this yoga practice is that it truly does bring calm and peace to the mind. And we would encourage you to find out more, to join us. Everybody gets a free class, a free taster session of a full class. Look below for details. And we would love to welcome you into our Breathe for a Better Life family. Or if you're interested in asana, to our asana family. Stay safe, stay peaceful. We're going to take an Om and 3 Shantis to close this practice, bringing your hands together at your heart center. Thumbs touchstone and make those connections. Taking a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dropping your chin into your chest. Taking a moment to consider the beauty of the idea of Shanti, peace. We chant it 3 times to remind ourselves to have peaceful thoughts, to use peaceful words, and to engage in peaceful actions for ourselves and for the benefit of others. And I'm thanking you for your practice and the time that you spent today with Eightfold Yoga. I look forward to welcoming you again soon. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a lovely day. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hamid.
Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you, Vicky.
See you next time.
Thank you. See you again soon. Thank you, Cherry. Oh, it's always so lovely to see you. You woke up early today. Thank you. And thank you, Patrick, as well, for your presence with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. And there you go. It's Sunday.